Bam. I greet you in the words of Assalamu alaikum, which means peace and blessings be upon you. And I mention both Jesus and Muhammad's name. Peace be upon them both. They were both messengers of truth and reality. And you're looking at the Underground Railroad TV show. We come on every Saturday night at 10:30 on Channel 19. But if you miss us, you can go to YouTube. Just put in Underground Railroad TV, and you can see me and Alderman and whole lot of things. But I want to thank you. We're going to be talking about things that are going on inside of the United States of America, and outside of the United States of America. Almost had a slip of the tongue. Okay. So I have Alderman Jones.
Yeah, shalom alaikum.
And Brother Jeff.
Shalom alaikum.
Alaikum salam.
Definitely.
And I want y'all to introduce yourselves, and then we'll start. This is like a round table discussion. Just introduce yourselves.
Yeah, Elder.
I'm Virgil Jones Eo, and I'm part of the Moore Science Temple of America, post number 1. Our Grand Sheikh is Marcel Walton Eo. I'm the Deputy Consul General of the Moore Science Temple, post number 1. I'm also the Grand Governor. And
Thank you, Elder Joe. My name is Jeff Wilson. I am the brother of the late, great Ben Wilson. I'm the co-founder of Alive 25, the Benji Wilson Youth Foundation, and also the Director of Community Relations for the foundation.
Okay, and his mother's the author of this book
yeah,
right here.
Mom.
The name of it is?
To Benji with Love.
Okay. And you know what, just recently, there was something in the news dealing with Mr. Snow. If I'm pronouncing this.
Snowden, yeah.
Where he exposed the telephone company for saying that they was tapping in on people's telephones to find out what is going on. And you know what, for years, Alderman Jones has been telling me, hey man, I think somebody listening to us. And I've been saying it myself, and Boise and Dr. Lee Warren, Mark Sims, and all of these people. And sometimes you think it's a joke. But first of all, do you think that he was right for blowing the whistle? Should he have done it? Because that's exposing the United States of America to a lot of domestic and international enemies that may want to destroy it. Do you think that he was right, both of y'all?
Yeah, I'm going to just say something real short. He's the new 2013 Benedict Arnold in America's eyes for exposing the security aspects of safety in this country towards other nations. So everybody's upset. I mean, that's all I pretty much, researched about. I read a little bit about it, seen the news. I was like, wow, this is just a rude awakening. I mean, for someone to expose your country, you're supposed to be a loyal citizen, and you say the Pledge of Allegiance, and all, and you're going to do something like this, So I mean, he's banned for life. I know every American to a point is upset, but you have another side of America within the minority community who's like, well, yeah, it's a thing of injustice to a point of America being, brought down for the injustice they did to us as people and stuff like that. So, you really have two sides, but for the whole side, you're part of this country too. So it's going to affect you too, no matter how this country's treated you. That's exposing the security aspect of our safety. So, I mean, I just hope that justice is served in a way. I mean, as far as what he's done, I mean, that isn't right whatsoever, but hey, look at Watergate, huh?
Yes.
well, I'm going to have to educate you a little bit.
Yes.
I don't think that he was wrong. He should not have been wiretapping the United States citizens, all right?
Yes, sir.
Unless they were dealing with terrorists. It didn't apply to a person who was just dealing with terrorists. They listen to your phone. They listen to my phone.
Right.
That's a violation of the Fourth Amendment of the United States Constitution.
I agree.
That's the illegal search and seizure.
But maybe, wait a minute, with the Patriot Act, doesn't it make a difference? Wait a
Right.
This
minute.
Patriot Act don't mean nothing because the Constitution says that the Constitution is the supreme law of the land,
There you
not
go.
the Patriot Act.
Right.
See, people have forgotten the Constitution. All right?
Mm-hmm.
The Constitution is the supreme law of the land, not the Patriot Act. Think about it.
Okay, I understand what
You
you're
got to
saying.
go by the Constitution.
There you go.
All right?
That's
They
right.
made the Patriot Act because they didn't want to obey the Constitution, which guaranteed certain things couldn't happen to you as a United States, all right, a natural citizen. All right? Notice what I said.
Right.
They wanted to be able to put you in jail and hold you in jail till they got tired, and you ain't had no trial. All right? That was what the Patriot Act was for.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah, just put the fear.
And they don't have no proof that you ever did nothing,
That's right.
but
yeah.
they holding you in jail.
Right.
All right?
The key words you say on the phone, like bomb, this, that, then you are a suspect all of a sudden. Yeah, I heard about this.
You follow what I'm saying? So
Yes, sir. Uh-huh.
I don't think the man did nothing wrong. He let the people of America know that those people in the NSA, all right, because I happen to have known someone who was in the NSA,
Okay.
Mm.
all right, and they don't know it. They'll know now. I've been in their building with him. Did you see it?
Yes, sir. Mhm.
And they
Some people don't know what NSA means. What do
the
you
National Security Administration.
Okay.
And when I walked up in there, I ain't seen nothing like that before in my whole life.
Wow.
They got video screens. I mean, from here to 35th Street.
Those are street cameras, right?
Those are the screens like you watch on a computer.
Right, right.
All right. They got a room where they listen to conversations all around the country. All right. That's why I can say
Wow.
what I said.
Scary.
But
They let me go because he was an important person, and they figured if he was bringing me, it was all right. All right, they made a mistake, but I never forgot that.
Well, wait a minute, Alderman.
Wow.
Wait a minute now.
I never told
I need a
Okay.
drink.
my brother that.
Okay. Now I'm playing the
Wow.
pundit now.
And he used
But wait a minute, I
satellites.
gotta ask you
Wow.
something now. If you get a job,
Don't drink.
you
first.
you sign a disclosure saying that you know what, hey man, I work for this company. I will not disclose certain things that are sensitive to the organization that I work at. So you saying this justified and he probably signed something like that? Both of y'all.
Well,
If you
first of
sign
all-
something
Two
like
sides.
if you sign something like that, would you go out there and reveal something
First
about
of all,
the company?
his company, he worked for a company who signed a contract with the government.
Wow.
He didn't sign no contract, but he already had the clearance before he worked for that company. You follow what I'm saying?
Preach.
Did you know what I said? He already had the clearance. He just got a job working with that company because of his clearance. Now you tell me that it's illegal when I know that somebody is violating the Constitution, and for me to tell the American people that they're doing this wrong stuff in violation of the Constitution.
But if you
Yes,
sign
sir.
a disclosure,
I don't care what
so
you sign.
She asked you, should you violate
I
that?
don't care what you sign. They're violating the Constitution, and that's wrong.
You mean as far as what Snowden did?
Yes. If he signed a disclosure saying that he would not
Okay,
reveal it.
so from my understanding now, you're saying that this Mr. Snowden signed a letter of
I'm saying
disclosure.
hypothetically, you know,
He
if
already
he did,
had one.
Right.
if he did.
But he worked to work for a company, had signed a contract to work for the NSA.
Right. If you sign a disclosure, then you're not supposed to discuss it with anyone.
Listen,
But we
I don't-
understand. We understand the
Like I said.
trigonomics of things. I understand the trigonomics of things. I'm going to let you teach
Like
the
I said,
nation about that.
if
so.
you know that a person is violating the Constitution,
Right. I understand perfectly. Yeah.
there's something called
Integrity.
no, there's something worse than that. It's called misprision of a felony. You ever heard of that?
No, sir.
Let me tell you what that is. Misprision of a felony is when you have knowledge that somebody is committing a felony and you do not report it or disclose it. To punish a federal crime, the punishment is, all right, a year in the federal penitentiary. All right? Now, you hear what I said?
Mm-hmm.
Now, what are you all going by? I know this is a felony they committing, all right, because they're illegally listening in people's conversations.
Yeah, that's wrong.
And
Oh,
you're
yeah, I
telling
agree.
me that I ain't supposed to say nothing, which you want me to commit misprision of a felony.
I understand.
You know, I believe in the Most High, yeah. So
Do you see what I'm saying?
everybody's going to get their just due. You know, I have to do the right, you know, positive love action that I feel the Father has made us to be as far as being on this earth, as being his people. And that's what I'm promoting. So, I mean, evil is going to touch us, but we got to just keep going. So
But see,
they're
Jeff,
going to get their just due.
One of the things
But
I believe in, Jeff, and God in heaven knows I believe in. I spent 3.5 years in prison, and I spent all my time in the library.
Yes.
Because I noticed, I told you, read.
Sound like
Yes,
Malcolm.
sir.
All right? So that I would know the law.
Yes.
That's how I found out all that stuff about taxes and all that stuff. All right? By reading. And I do not believe that the man violated a law because he would have been committing a crime like the rest of them down there who had knowledge of that and didn't tell.
Well, they're trying to extradite him right now.
They ain't gonna give him. The Chinese ain't gonna give him.
I
to
think,
him.
what is he in? He's in Hong Kong.
Kong.
He's in
Yeah, last I
He's
checked,
in Hong
China.
Kong right now.
Last we
You know?
checked, yeah.
And they want to extradite him.
He's not gonna. They're not gonna give him back to this country.
Yeah, Good Morning America. Yeah, I've seen it.
Because, like I told you, he would have been committing the crime of misprision of a felony had someone found out that he and other people knew this stuff. Those others who knew, they should be prosecuted.
So you're saying everybody in NSA should be prosecuted? That's
Those
what you
who
mean?
had knowledge.
Got you.
Because they knew that there was a felony being committed.
And about the other things too. You know,
Go ahead,
you know,
yeah.
there was, you know what, there was just a hearing in Washington about there would be drones, unmanned
They've been
planes
using drones.
flying over the United States.
They've been
of America.
using that.
Well, okay. Well, they're making it known. Okay. And they had a hearing about it. What did you think, about drones flying over the United States of America and possibly intruding on individuals' civil liberty? And those drones can be loaded to do havoc to somebody if they want. What's your opinion about that?
He's violating the law, right?
No, they're having hearings on it.
Well, you know, you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. I haven't looked into that issue at all. My energy has been concentrated on a lot of other things within the violence aspects of things and other aspects of just development of our people. And so, I mean, I can talk all day, but I haven't really looked into that. I know about Snowden, so I really can't elaborate on that.
Well, there was a brother named Phil Snyder.
Mm-hmm.
Phil Snyder was a geological engineer.
Yes.
He helped to build over 100 underground cities across this country. You heard what I just
You're
said?
not talking about Coop, are you? Well,
No,
I'm thinking about
no,
Coop.
I know you talking about. I'm talking about. No, he was a geological engineer,
Okay.
and they found him.
They
in
murdered him.
They murdered him. They cut his
I heard
throat
about-
with
yeah.
piano wire in his house. All right, but they say he committed suicide.
Yeah.
All right.
I remember this.
And he told about they have a black budget, and he was going across the country speaking, and the budget is unlimited, and they don't have to tell nobody what they're using the money for. They have created what they call black helicopters, all right?
Black Ops, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Okay.
And they can see in your house through your walls. Did you ever said right here in America? Tell you how many people in there? All of that stuff.
Yeah.
Where you at? What room you in? See, I don't care anymore. See, so I tell y'all this stuff because you need to know.
I mean, is it just? But you know what? But is it justifiable? I'm talking.
No,
about
it's not justifiable.
I mean, you don't think that it's making the United
No.
States of America safer?
No.
I don't think it's making it safer. But I'm just.
You've been in the military. You know the truth.
Yes.
You've been in my army.
You was in the army, really?
I
I ain't never been in the
Navy.
army. They wouldn't accept me in the Army
Yeah,
because they said that I was a threat to the national security when I volunteered.
yeah, they fear what they don't understand. That's the old, statement for
Oh,
so
you
many
know what
years.
they're trying? Come on, man, they're trying to protect us from the terrorists. But what are
Yeah,
you trying to say? The
that's
true
what-
enemies are from
How
within.
many terrorist cases have they had in America?
Since 9/11, this is all out of
Okay.
right.
And they knew that was going to happen before it happened. Now I'm going to have, since you're talking about this,
In Boston and everything.
there were two
right?
banks
So-
in that in those two buildings, the Citicorp and another bank. Do you know what they were getting ready to do?
No, sir.
The Arabs had all their money in there from the oil. They were getting ready to take all their money out of there and go over to Europe and put it invested. I'm talking about $3 or $4 trillion into, guess what? Euros.
Wow, that's
Can you imagine what would have happened to this country if they had did that?
what would have happened.
They went bankrupt again.
Wow.
But let me. I'm gonna restructure my question. What's the danger of drones flying over the United States of America? What is the danger?
Like I said, I haven't looked into
Okay,
the
what's-
issues of that.
what's the
I haven't
danger?
studied. I haven't studied.
What is the enemy
They
danger?
can set up a totalitarian system, all right, with that kind of mess, all right?
I thought they already done it. I thought they've already done it. But go ahead.
No, they haven't finished it. It's called, see, in 1945, and you can read this in a book by a guy named Mars, M-A-R-S.
Mars.
In 1945, in another book called Blowback, all right,
Blowback.
by Simpson,
Get that,
Okay.
y'all. Blowback.
all right?
Okay.
Now, let me tell you. What they did was, Hitler said, look, if we lose the war, y'all go to the United States. Take all your money, put it in their banks. And what you do is, we got some people already there. All right, because George Bush daddy, Prescott Bush, sold steel to Hitler.
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah.
fact.
Yeah.
All right?
I heard about
And what
that.
you will do after you get there is get in the FBI, the CIA, the State Department. Don't run for no office. So we can set up the Fourth Reich. See, the word R-E-I-C-H means empire. So we can set up, Hitler had the Third Empire, all right, known as
Right.
the Third Reich.
The third
Right,
right.
right.
Okay.
But if you don't know that's a German word, you think it's something way out there in space.
Yeah, like Adidas, huh?
And that's what they have done. They have set up the Fourth Reich.
Yeah.
And if you cause them a problem, then what do? They got their people in all them different spots.
Yes.
Then they come and get you and put you in jail.
Do they lie?
Wow.
They've arranged this back in the 1940s.
Scary. Wow, it's just
They just ain't finished the process. They've also built
Yes.
centers across this country, what you would call a concentration
You're
camp.
talking about a FEMA camp.
Yeah,
That's what you-
FEMA,
That's what
yeah,
you're
I-
referring
That's
to.
that's a nice word they use for it.
right.
All right, and
Right.
and I'll tell you, all of our people of our hue. Have you ever noticed we all lived in train tracks?
Yeah, I've noticed it. I know why though, but yes.
Interesting.
Then you go on your computer and look up King Alfred. That was a plan that was devised in 1948 for you, me, him, all of us, where they would put you in those if there was going to be some kind of problem with you all.
But Alderman, if we know about all these things that are transpiring, they're really old. It's really old. So what new things are they devised?
I'm not
do you think?
I'm not a communist, all right?
Yes.
But I read a book by Lenin, all right, who was a communist.
Yes.
And you know what he said? There
Yes.
will never be a revolution in the United States because the lumpen proletariat, that's the poorest of the poor, is daily being bought out.
Yeah, rest in peace, Gil Scott Heron.
Yes. Now you know where you got that from. Now you know where you got that from.
Yeah, I'm involved. Yeah,
All right.
Yeah,
That was
definitely.
written by Lenin. I forget the name of the book at the moment. I read that and I sat there and thought for a while. He said, because the poorest of the poor are daily being bought out. So they say, I tell you what, Jeff, we don't want you messing with that Jones guy, you know. How'd you like to make 100,000 a year?
Mark, so you ain't think about Mark Sells. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I can tell you what you're gonna say already. You're gonna say 100,000.
My buddy.
You just want me to not be involved with him?
Yeah.
Yeah. You got a deal. I ain't gonna mess with him.
You know, I was taught that this world that we live in, despite what has happened to us, we have the greatest Holocaust in history. Over 200 million of our people have been murdered due to the evil of this world. And the world needs us because we carry the struggle of truth, love, peace, understanding of the whole earth and universe. So I want to just leave it like that. You know, I wouldn't hurt anyone for the sake of money. You know, that's
well, I'm saying the average person ain't like
right.
you.
I know the average person. Yeah, I mean, I was raised with some ancient upbringing.
But the average
from my mom
person is not like you.
Right, and
they would
yeah,
sell
and
their,
it's unfortunate. Yeah,
they would sell their souls for 2 dimes.
Yeah, they look at the music industry.
You have people that Beyonce, Jay-Z, they say that they're in the Illuminati. That's what
they say. What now?
Say
about who?
Jay-Z, Beyonce. They say they may be in Illuminati. I say maybe. I don't know. I don't know.
You know, I'm going to leave it like this. Jay-Z is the best MC rapper in the world. I hear things. I love the art form that he's brought to the world to spread the culture of our struggle.
Okay.
Scoop Jackson wrote a book about hip-hop being the last black Mecca, our voice. So that's what I represent. So if he's represented in the righteous way of things, then fine. But I mean, there's Common. You know, Kanye's doing, you know, the new Slave song he has right now is real hot. So I mean, it's a outlet towards our struggle and what we're going through as far as the art form of the music and the style and everything. So I'm gonna leave it like that.
Well, I'm gonna ask y'all something though, man. You know, with the book 1984 by George Orwell, has it come to a reality?
Almost. Or George Orwell was a woman.
George, what's it? Her name was George?
Women couldn't write books back then.
Okay.
Wow, okay.
Why do you say it's almost?
So she put a man's name on the book so it could get published.
Why do you say it's almost come to reality? Almost. Wow.
Well, they talked about view tubes in the book. That's TV. That was back in 1910.
Wow.
So
wow. Knowledge is power. People pay attention. Wow.
That's what they could see anything and everything in your house, whatever that was going on.
Wow.
Isn't that what we're talking about now?
Yes.
They could listen to anything that you were talking on. They didn't call it telephones. They had a different word for it, but it meant telephones.
Hey man, I asked you, had me looking around. You don't think there's bugs in here? Do you think there's bugs in here somewhere? Let me look under the chair.
I'm not going to let anybody make me paranoid.
Right.
Well, I'm going to say whatever I want to say. Did you know what I said?
Yes, sir.
Because if they want to find out if it ain't a bug, they got some black bugs. They got some black bugs.
Okay. You know.
All right, that'll tell.
Yeah.
You know, as the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, there's 3 things that destroy us: envy, jealousy, and stool pigeons.
You know,
so they don't need no wires for us.
Yeah.
You know, I was on.
Crabs in the bucket, right? Crabs in the bucket. Yeah.
You know, I was on YouTube, and you know what? I saw that they had a drone the size of an insect. I just couldn't believe it, man. I couldn't believe it.
Brother, let me tell you. When I went through the stuff I went through, that clown John Christopher who lied on me, he told me one day, he said, you know, it's Christmas time. I want to know if you would accept a gift from me. I said, I don't accept gifts. Well, I had a shirt I wanted to give you. I said to myself, they got listening devices with button, the size of a button.
2 minutes.
Wow.
Okay.
Did you what I said? You want to give me a shirt. For what?
Okay.
I don't know you like that.
Hey, excuse me, man. You
Wow.
know what, audience, we've been kicking it around, just kicking it around. But you know what, I'm going to give both of them some finishing, closing statements. So can y'all close a statement for the people?
I'll let you go first.
Right. Tell us.
Just definitely for everyone out there, knowledge is power. Keep our youth in a function of reading. I feel that is one of the most important things. You know, get away from the PS3s, the Xboxes, and everything. Reading is so powerful. One thing that really made me a lover of reading back when I was 17 years of age was George Foreman. Before he trained his boxing, this guy was pulling cars with his waist. He said he will read for 3 hours before he started training. So reading is power. So definitely grasp that, and we can make a difference.
Okay, we got 1 minute.
Well, I only say this. They used to kill slaves for reading.
Yes, sir. Mm-hmm.
So read.
Okay.
There's something they don't want you to know.
Alhamdulillah. I want to say assalamu alaikum to everyone, and thank you for looking at the Underground Railroad TV show. We come on every Saturday night at 10:30, and we are on YouTube. Go to YouTube and just subscribe, please. Assalamu alaikum and thank you. Shalom.
Well,
Shalom.
Shalom.